All right, welcome back to the channel. We're here with Efren one more time, and it's on a work day, after hours. It snowed a little bit. It's a little cold, but he's out here. He's gonna show y'all a few things. What are we gonna show him today?
Today we're doing lifters and how to install a head properly with brand new bolts, and then from there putting in the push rods, and that's it. And
Sounds good.
from there we'll move later on to another area.
Let's get to it. All right. So what's first?
All right, first things first. So if y'all remember last time I had the lifters soaking, and they've been in there for days now. So we're gonna start with the lifters. So let me get them right quick.
All right.
I did not clean these, but they're okay for now. they'll work. All right, so as y'all remember on the last video, I showed y'all how to install these. So there's a little square cut in there, you see it? So the square end, this will be the push rod end right here. There's your roller end. This side goes to the cam, all right? Your square cuts, you put them in on your tray. And you know, if you want to keep your engine clean or your area clean, just keep the tray and stuff over the little pan you made here or whatever, if you use an actual pan, and just kind of slide them in like that.
So does it only go on one way?
Yes, sir. It only goes on one way.
So it only has one little flat side, right?
Yeah, one flat side.
Okay. Just to be clear for everybody.
Yeah, and then once you're done, just kind of stick it in. Oh, see, I got to lift it. It fell already.
Oh yeah.
So just stick it back in. It's a little tricky sometimes. These get kind of...
They want to slip out?
Yeah, they want to slip out and not stay in. So a lot of times too, you can just kind of guide them in. Yeah. Well, what I can do too is you can put them in slightly, like so. These don't want to stand, so kind of line them up. Get your square cut up and down, and then just slide your tray in. And just push it all the way down as far as it'll go.
All right. So if they don't stay on the tray, you can go ahead and just kind of start them underneath.
Yeah,
I mean at the bottom.
Yeah, you can kind of put them in there, and then just kind of guide your tray where it goes in with a lifter, and you should be fine.
Okay.
So hopefully this one helps a little bit. It's a little bit better than this last one. So, all right, again, just line up your. Yeah, this one's a little worn.
It's a little loose, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the lifter bore.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just start it. I'm gonna go ahead and just put all of them in there as well.
Might be a little bit easier.
Yeah, might
Okay.
as well. Just kind of.
But sometimes you can put it on the tray and it'll kind of hold them to where you put them in there, right?
If you have a brand new tray, which I do recommend you replace them, but I didn't. I just ran out of time and didn't have any cash to buy these, so
Okay.
just buy new trays. It just saves you a lot of trouble in the long run. So get these and then just kind of. Yeah, that one doesn't want to go in. There we go. Okay. Now, just make sure you put these in. Make sure, you know, it's the lifters are where they need to be. Just push it down as far as it'll go. There you go.
You can hear it snap almost.
Yeah, lifter trays are in.
All right.
Let me clean
And then you just do the same thing on the other side, right?
same thing on the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So now you're just putting the bolts on the trays, right?
Yeah.
Two little
So there's two 10mm bolts that go on each tray, and if you have a torque wrench, make sure you have an inch pounder and a foot pounder, guys. All right. This one's set at 106 inch-pounds. Not much, just enough to hold this tray in place. So there we go. That's one bolt. And just for, you know, just for protection, make
Just to be sure.
Yeah, just to be sure. All right, trays are in, lifters are in. Now it's time to put the head on.
Sweet.
So again, when you're doing anything like installing stuff like what I did here with oil and all that, you're gonna get oil on your surfaces again, always. And it's gonna get dirty. So again, just go over it. I already went over it again just now. Just make sure your surface is clean and dry, so that when you install your gasket, there's no kind of leak or leakage, because trust me, it will leak. All right, so this is your head gasket. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Here's the head gasket. This is a Molly brand, and it is marked with front, and this means toward the front of the engine. All right, guys. So you always want to put this to the front. Now, on your LT motors, I've actually worked with an LT motor. They're marked front and up. So each gasket is actually specific to a certain side. So you got to watch out with that if you're working on an LT motor, which is 14 through 18 and up. All right. So, oh, there's these dowel guides here on the block. So you can actually put these on here, and the gasket will stay in place. And another very good tip also is keep your motor perpendicular. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You want to keep your edge with the floor. Sorry, got this backwards. Alright, so I'll get that there. It helps keep your head on, that way it won't fall off. Because
Yeah.
that can happen. And here's the head.
Light, huh?
Very light. That's what I like about these aluminum heads.
Man, them old ones they're heavy.
The iron heads are
Yeah.
the heaviest things I ever messed with. All right, there's the passenger side head, and now we're ready to bolt it down. Now, these are the bolts. These are Felpro. These are a good brand. I trust Felpro. I've used Felpro on a lot of my stuff. As you see here, there's 8 of these long bolts. I'll show you where they go. 2 short ones, the same size, the 15 millimeter heads. And then you get 5 of these for the 10 millimeter. So, yeah, I know it's weird, little bolts like that. So, we'll start with these first. Now, these do go in a specific location, guys. And it's all right here in this book. If you come this way, listen, I'll show you. So, here's a guide to the head. This is all set up in a sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now 9 and 10 are your short bolts. They're the big short bolts. And then back here, put this right here so I can lose this page, is your cylinder head Torx. So cylinder head bolt, mine is a 2002, so this is a 99 through 03. We follow these steps. Step 1, all 11 millimeter bolts, which is these long ones. Step 2, you tighten them an additional 90 degrees. Just follow your steps. Just follow your book. Your book is here to guide you in doing everything in order, so that you won't mess up your engine. There's a reason why they make these things. It does help. All right, so all these long bolts will be going in the middle of the head inside, and then these 5 will go out here, just like that. And they have this little Loctite already on there. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so all right, now we'll move on to the short ones. And I can open it. There we go.
Packaging pretty good, huh?
Yeah, they did. These 2 short ones, they also have the Loctite on them. These go on the very end here, as you can see. All right.
Which that was 9 and 10 on the book, right?
Yes, those are 9 and 10. So it'll be 9 and 10 over here. Now the short little bolts. Oh, these are a little easier to open.
Mm-hmm.
These 5 will go back here on the back side, just like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just like that. All right. Now we're gonna start tightening them down. So what I like to do is I'll start tightening them by hand as far as I can go. And they have that Loctite on them, so it's gonna be a little hard. So what I can do too is just go as far as you can by hand, get them started, and then we'll use another wrench here in a minute, or a ratchet, a big ratchet that I got. We'll tighten them down. Of course, by hand you don't have to go in sequence. It's only when you start torquing it down you can go in sequence. And get these going back here. Let's see. Ooh. Starts to get your hand tired after a while.
Yeah, sure does.
All right, so now let me move on to getting these bolts started. It's time to start tightening them down. And as you're tightening these down, just snug them with the regular ratchet. Snug them down. Get them as close as you can. That way when you get it with the torque wrench later, you can go in sequence. Okay.
So you're just bringing it down, just snugging it just a little bit, right?
Just a little
to
bit,
get it,
yeah.
Get it started.
Yeah. All right. Okay, there's that one. And okay. It would have been nice to have a speed wrench. You know,
Right.
the old school ones that were like this.
Yeah.
Just
And just turn them on.
yeah.
See, on some of these videos, we don't, might be a little bit long, but
Yeah.
just because we like to show a little bit more of the detail, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I've watched videos before, and
Yeah.
they just expect you to know more than you do sometimes, and
Yeah.
they just show you, well, that's all there is to it, and you kind of have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And this way, might be a longer video, but you're actually watching like what's going on, or
Yeah.
you know, for the ones that don't know as much, because I know there's
Yeah.
guys that know everything. So
Yeah.
this is for the guy that's like me and doesn't know a whole lot, just has an idea.
Yeah. And you know, it's good to know a lot of stuff, you know, but
Yeah.
when you don't know, it's always good to know somebody that does.
Yeah.
That can guide you in the way, you know.
Yeah.
So
And like on these videos, Efren's really good. When there's a question on there, he jumps on and responds.
yeah.
So that's good as well.
Yeah.
If I don't know the
try
answer,
to.
I just say, hey, Efren,
Yeah.
somebody's asking a question. So if you want to jump on there and respond,
Yeah.
and he can kind of help if you have a question as well.
I think this one got all the way down. Let me see. Make sure.
Then on some of this on the video, we might speed up
There
a
we
little bit, since all he's doing is just snugging him down, and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. I think we're ready to start torquing these big ones. So, step one, all 11 millimeter bolts go to 22 foot-pounds. All right. We're set at 22 already.
22.
All right. So,
Now this is
Again.
where you got to go in a certain order, right?
yes. So
Okay.
you're gonna follow your sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
I somewhat had that memorized, but
Mhm.
so all right. All right. Okay. Okay. And 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 9. And 10. All right, there's the first 10 bolts. Now we come back to step 2. So step 2 says all 11 millimeter bolts will be tightened an additional 90 degrees. So now I need to switch this back to the angle. Turn it back up to 90.
And this is degrees now, right? Not
Yes.
foot-pound.
This will be the degrees. Oh, one over. All right, cool. Now we're ready. All right, I went a degree over on that one. All right, and next bolt. So as you're tightening these down, when you get closer to your degree, slow down a little bit. Don't get in a rush. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. That one. Okay. And this one. All right. All right, there's the 90 degrees. Step 3, 11 millimeter bolts 1 through 8, tighten another 90 degrees. So
Another 90?
another 90 degrees.
Okay.
So 1 through 8, it'll be these first 3 in here and these 5 out here in the same sequence, okay?
All right.
Now, here's the workout right here.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
All right. Always make sure you get enough spinning room. All right, there's that one. All right, there's that one, and then this one right here.
It's moving on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. It's a little bit of a workout right there.
I bet that's a workout for sure.
All right. There's that one. All right. Okay. And 8 right here. This is the last one. All right. Whew. All right. 1 through 8. Extra 90 degrees. All right. Step 3 still. Now 9 and 10 will be an extra 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So now I need to bring my degree angle back down. You can actually hold this.
Goes fast.
There it is, 50 degrees.
All right.
All right, so now we do 9 and 10. So here's number 9 right here. There's 50 on That one. All right, there we go. The first 10 are done. Now, step 4. All 8mm bolts will be only at 22 foot-pounds. So now all I gotta do, switch this over back to
Now this is
pounds.
22 foot-pounds, not degrees, right?
No degrees on this one. Yeah, this one will just be straight foot-pounds nomás. And this one, oh, that reminds me. Let me go ahead and hit them down right quick.
Okay.
Real fast. And I think these are a sequence as well. Okay, so these are in sequence as well.
So these are in sequence also?
Yeah, so you got 11. This is number 11 right here. Okay, so there's 11 and 12. Just get them snug. Some of them will get a little hard because of that Loctite they put on there. So 12 and 13. This is more like crisscross pattern. It's usually what they do. Okay, it's 13. And then 14. All right. 14 and then 15.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Now we can tighten it down. All right.
You said to 22, right?
22 foot-pounds.
Okay.
All right, so number 11. There's 22. Number 12. And then number 13. Number 14. And 15. There we are. That's how you install a head, guys.
Good. That's the proper way to do it, right? According to the book.
According to the book. Now, anytime, again, like how we explained in the last video, when you do tortilla bolts, which is when you do an angle, on something like this on the head, which has a lot of pressure under it, you have to replace these bolts. You have to replace them every time. So keep that in mind, guys. Trust me, because these will break. You use them again and you go to put your foot through the floor, that head will go flying off. So not that it will happen, but you can actually ruin a head, or you can ruin an engine like that too. So just kind of keep it in mind, you know. Stay safe.
So you have the other side already prepped for paint and everything, huh? Taped?
Yeah, it's taped off here. I kind of did a little bit of sample painting.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of threw a little bit of color on there just to see.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will end up priming the whole engine. I will end up masking like a lot of the metal surfaces and stuff, like the front where the water pump goes and all that.
So from the last time you put the oil pumps in, huh?
Yes. The last time I put the oil pump in, I did it right after we did the cam and stuff like that.
Okay.
So there's a windage tray. It's like a baffle pretty much. You put this on. As you're putting it on, you put your nuts in. Now there's a certain location where these go, because there's an area here and here that mount to the windage tray, and then your pickup tube actually runs into this pump, and this is your front pump here. It's not like your small blocks where they used to be right here on the bottom.
Yeah.
It was driven by the cam. They were actually driven by the cam and the distributor. So yeah, you had to have all that in time as well. So I say LS is better, and you don't have to do all that stuff anymore.
So how do you prime this type?
This one, there's a way to prime it. I'm not very familiar with the priming on it. What I will usually do is I crank the engine. I just bump it. I don't start the engine. I just bump it, because you can prime it like that too.
Okay.
And you'll get the oil to start circulating through the engine.
All right.
So
that could be a question asked.
Yes.
Just
I can actually do some research on how to prime them. There is a way to prime these. Now, when I installed this pump, I had to prime it. I put oil in it, in here, and I spun it with my finger. I just kind of spun it just to get the oil in there. And then I stuck it on there, and then I started assembling everything. So,
all right.
yeah, and these bolts that hold your pump, I believe, were 18 foot-pounds. So, but if you do get one of these Chilton books, all your information's in there, guys. It's so much help. So, but other than that, that's it right there on that part.
All right, so there it is.
So
heads are installed.
Heads are in.
Lifters, ¿verdad?
Lifters are already in. Thank God. Everything's good. Everything's set. All right. Now, I did go with a Melling brand pump, and I put a new pickup tube because I don't know what was in the other one. I don't want to know what's in the other tube. So I just decided to buy a new one. And with that being said, I went with Melling push rods. So the more the merrier, you know.
Yeah.
Let me get these right quick. So this guy that had this truck, or this engine in the pickup it came in, I want to say he ran conventional oil. And you know, all oils are the same. They work the way they're supposed to. They lubricate the engine, you know. A lot of times, if you don't take care of your engine, like oil and stuff starts to build up, starts to get sludgy, and you can actually block these and keep oil from coming out of the rocker like it's supposed to. So that's why the only reason I'm putting new ones in. It's just, if I'm freshening up my engine, just replace your parts, guys.
And this can go either way?
Yes, these are either way.
Okay.
There's no specific orientation. So the way you put these in is you just slide them through this hole here. And if you have a light with you, you can shine a light and you can see where your lifter is. And you can feel it too here. You can kind of just feel where it'll set in there.
Okay.
And just kind of slide them in. I'll show you here in a minute also how to check these, make sure they're not bent. These are already pre-checked. And they look pretty straight anyway. But what you do is find you a flat surface. Make sure it is a flat surface. And what you do is put on a flat surface and just roll it like that. If you see it doing this, it's not a good push rod. Do not use it. So, but usually most of the time, if it's brand new, they'll be straight. Every now and then, every blue moon, you'll catch one bent. So, but it's always good to look at your parts. Make sure all your parts are functioning properly. And if you do that, you'll have a running engine. So you don't have to worry about taking it back apart again. So this is my first in my own LS that I've actually rebuilt. So I'm hoping for the best. If it runs good, then yours should run as well. So yeah. So
we're excited. It's coming along.
It is. I'm excited. I'm excited to get it running.
So there it is. That's the installation for today.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll bring another video for y'all.
Yeah.
With some more information in case you are one of these guys that is trying to do this at home.
Yeah.
In your home garage, outside. We've done it under a little carport. That's where we do our thing. I didn't have a garage. We're barely building something to kind of help a little bit, but it's looking good.
Honestly, I started in the same way. You know, my mom had a carport. I used to do all my work under there, and on a windy day, if you're doing engine work, don't do it.
No, do not.
Don't do it. So
you get sand in your cylinders and everywhere it shouldn't be.
Yeah, especially if you live in West Texas. Avoid engine work outside at all costs.
That's true. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank
There's
you guys.
a little bit more on the engine, and it's coming together. So we can't wait to hear it crank up. A few more things, and it's getting closer and closer.
It is.
So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for supporting the channel, and thank you for watching Efren's build and everything else we put up.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you on the next one.
We'll see y'all.